Hello. Hello. No, this is my first live stream on YouTube. Usually I game and I post. I'm a gamer channel. And I thought I would go live and talk about melorheostosis. Melorheostosis. What is melorheostosis? Well, let's say you and a million people were told to stand in line. And you line up and someone comes right up to you out of those 1 million people and says, you are the one that's going to have melorheostosis. It is a rare mutation of the LMD3 gene. Like, I know what that means, but that's what it's stated on your sheet of paper when you're diagnosed, in your diagnosis. And what it is your bone tissue continues to grow in a matter of which when you break something, a bone, wrist, your ankle, it grows back and it grows back thicker in the area you broke it. So what this is doing, it's almost acting. It's not triggered by anything, but that mutation, it continues to grow on top of itself over and over and over again. It just continues to grow, continues to grow, continues to grow, and it keeps going. There's nothing that can stop it. If you shave it, it can grow back more aggressively. Most cases, it does grow back more aggressively. It comes back even faster. Um, though I have it in my tibia, I'm, I'm cursed to have it. Blessed where I have it. I always say. Some people have it in their face, which deforms them. Some people have it, in their hands, which eventually over time enables them to do regular daily tasks that they would normally do without any problem. Um, I think what hurts me the most is that it's children. I find that children develop this, and I was fortunate to have lived a life where I was active and very physical, worked out all the time, um, ran all the time, went to the gym all the time, every day. Get up at 5 a.m., go to the gym, went to work at 8. Um, just constant, 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 constant. And, they found it, went to the Air Force in 2010, and they found something. And they didn't tell me what it is. They asked me, did you break that leg? My leg was hurting. I was in Beast Week in the Air Force. And did you hurt that leg? Did you ever break that leg? No. My left ankle, ice hockey in high school. Oh, yeah, it's on record. We have that. And that's fine. And you're not feeling any pain there. No. So, okay. We never broke this right now. Discharged on top of other things being anemic. And not going to be able to pass the PT test because I was anemic. And not going to be able to get the job at MOS because, I was really anemic. I was GI bleed and everything. It was bad. They did all kinds of tests on me. And so, let me see if I can move this. So, they didn't tell me I had melorheostosis. So, discharged 2010. Later on, I go on in life and get married, have a child. Was going to school. Actually, I was going to school before I had my child, and was getting ready to have a child. So I thought I'd go be an EMT. Originally went to the Air Force. I was going to be a med tech, which is an EMT. So I get a job when I get out, work in the medical field. I had connections in the medical field when I got out. So if my leg starts to hurt, my tibia starts to hurt, and I was like, the doctor in the Air Force said I had a tumor in it. He didn't treat it though as it was serious. He's just, just keep an eye on it. Is it serious? It's not cancerous. It's not serious. It's impure. But just keep an eye on it in a couple of years, go check on it. I didn't check on it in a couple of years because I didn't feel it. I didn't think it was a big deal. So now it's hurting. Now I'm in medical school or EMT school and constantly on my feet, and now it's hurting. And what's up, Vinny? So to me, I mean, it's hard to call you Vinny. I like cats, Vinny. So what was? Oh yeah. So I go to the ER because I had a family member worked in the ER. Like, come in the ER because I could feel my bone. I could feel the bone all weird, and I was like, what the hell's going on with my leg? Just come to the ER. I have connections there. They'll look at it for you. Go to the ER. The doctor on duty X-rays my leg. Flips out. Shows me the X-ray. He's like, you know what? He couldn't explain it to me. He's like, I'm gonna send you get an X-ray of your other leg. I'm like, why? He's like, you're gonna see why. He's like, I can't explain it to you unless you get another X-ray on my other leg. So I go and I get an X-ray on my other leg, and I come back. He lights up that board that they put the X-rays on, and he puts my left leg up, which is the one that's not infected. He puts it up on the board and he shows, the bone and everything, and he's like, see this? This is your left tibia. You see how smooth the bone is, how it looks, how it's well formed, it's in place, it's shaped. That's how your leg is supposed to look. That's how your tibia is supposed to look. So then he takes the X-ray of my right tibia, puts it up. It's bubbled, it's deformed, it's totally, you could tell this is foobar. So he's like, I've never seen anything like this. You need to go to orthopedic fast, ASAP, because this looks serious. Your bone is totally deformed. 2 inches below your knee and 4 inches above your ankle, it's totally deformed, and it's growing. That's probably why it hurts, because I think it's still metastasizing. It's still growing. It's probably hitting nerves. So I get that week. I get an orthopedic specialist, and I go see him. Again, I'm blessed with the circumstance that I have a doctor, his name is Dr. Skuma, who recognizes immediately what I have, because in his 40-year career working as a orthopedic, he's only seen it twice in his whole life. He says, you have Melorheostosis. No, what? Melorheostosis. Your bone, the name comes from the look as if candle wax, melor is Latin, melting. Candle wax is melting. That's what the bone looks like. When you melt a candle and it drips down. Something's going up for me, but that's what it looks like. That's how it grows on itself. And he said, unfortunately, you have it on your tibia. He's like, the last case I dealt with this, actually the 2 cases I dealt with, he said, they had it in the metatarsals, in the foot and in the hand. I was able to take a bone graft from their iliac crest, which is the hip bone, the curve on your hip bone, and replace it. I was able to replace it in the hand and in the foot. The metatarsals in the foot. Sorry. So they were, they got to go on. I grew back. I still keep in touch with those patients. It's so rare. It's extremely rare. He says 1 in a million people. 1 in a million people are affected by this. Okay, how do I get rid of it? What do I do? How do I start it? You don't. You don't get rid of it. We could shave it, but it's gonna go back. Probably, in some cases even faster. Um, Pain medication is a way to deal with this. Am I gonna lose my leg? I ask him, am I gonna lose it? He's like, no, it's not cancerous. I'll order a biopsy of it. I'll tell you what, I've been through a lot of things. I've had a biopsy of my hip bone, which is very painful in any bone, a biopsy. Oh, it's like they gotta crack the damn bone and take a bit of your marrow out, like not that much out. And that hurt my hip. When I did that, which I was when I was after the Air Force, I became anemic. Another story, and then I've never been anemic ever since. But he sent me for my. I almost passed out. The pain was immense. Sends me. They didn't put me under. I didn't eat anything. You could go under. I was, I was crying. It's hard for me to cry in pain. I mean, I have tattoos on my ribs, my places that hurt. I'm like, I've been through some serious crap. Like, I can take pain, but I was like, you guys gotta put me under. No. To this day, I feel where they took the damn piece of the bone on my leg. I forgot the name of it right now. I even forget the term of it. Like, regress so bad to the pain. It's like a biopsy. So they took a biopsy of the tumor, and sure enough, it's melorheostosis, is what you said it was. And because I gotta go through all this testing now, and because unfortunately, gradually, the pain became so immense, I started losing. I want to say the use, maybe the quality of my leg. I can't run anymore. I can't stand for too long. I have to use a cane to walk. Like, I'm not around the house as much. Like, if I get up to use the bathroom or grab something from the kitchen, or to walk my dog in the neighborhood, yes. Supermarket, if in and out, I use a cane. If not, I use one of those electric carts or shopping at all. And it sucks. It genuinely sucks. But there's always the worst case. There was a young woman who had it in her face, and her eye was shutting. It was in her eye socket, and her eye went shut, irritated shut, and they shaved it down, put titanium plating over it, and it just grew over it again. Her eye socket. Somebody else had in their ear where they couldn't hear. And my heart breaks mostly for the. I always said if I had a donation, I had money to put it in to give somebody to the children. Imagine being in elementary or middle school and you can't run, you can't you can't play sports, you can't be physically active. All that energy to burn and you can't burn it. And I really wish I could wish I could be a voice for not only the people with this diagnosis, but the children with this diagnosis. Just to, I wouldn't ask for money, just to get it out there. And maybe they have a GoFundMe and people who go to their GoFundMe and give them money, whatever it is, just to make people aware that this exists. Because, when you try to tell people what you have, they look at you like you're crazy. And there's no cure for it. So the other great blessing, and God, I believe in Jesus. I'm religious. I'm a Christian. I thank God where I got it. If I'm gonna have it, I thank God where I got it. I wish I got it in my left leg. Maybe not. Maybe it's not meant to be because yeah, I would have driven or something when I was supposed to, but hey, it's not a cat fight. Um, but pain medication is the only way to deal with it. Medical marijuana, yeah, in the sense that you're so high that you can't do anything. You don't feel anything. Yeah, that's how I have to get to not feel this. You have to, smoke medical grade marijuana, and to the point where you don't feel anything, you can't do anything. And ow, this is the culprit right now, starting the fight. He is attacking my older cats. He's a vicious little bastard named Giuseppe. And ow, he is ravenous. And he just bit my face. And he wants blood. He lives off of bloodshed at night. Okay, go. I feel bad letting him go. He's gonna attack the other cats. They're just chilling. Hey man, can you just look at the camera? Look, it's you. It's you. Ow, ow. Vicious bastard. Alright, so opiate medication is the only thing that really helps the pain because it's in the bone. And you could somewhat function on that because it's a great medication. If they give you of the opiate, you're still able to function and you're still, your pain's comforted. You're gonna break something. And you're not knocked out. So it's pretty bad. So the stigma that comes from this medication is it's bad. You have the whole opioid pandemic. You have pharmacists that don't want to give you medication. You have doctors that don't want to lose their license, which I understand both points of view and both aspects of that. But and the people that run it the most are the junkies that don't have anything wrong with them or temporarily had something wrong with them and want to continue to get high, or the doctors that wanted to make money and wrote scripts so they could. And the people that are caught in between that generally have something that is of concern or the medication is needed for isn't going to get it. They're what's going to happen to them. It's hard because the doctor can only write the script. There's a certain way they have to write it now, but that's all they can do. The pharmacist could look at you. I look like a Hispanic male. I've been turned down. Like, I can tell by the way I look. Aldo! Police. He rakes up the cat fights. Good boy, dog. How to call police, man? Dog, come on. Good boy. Come here. Come here, boy. Come here. Come here. Come here, say hi. Come here. Say hi. Come here. Come here. 90-pound Mastiff. Police dog. Well, cat police dog. He's a puppy. This guy. Look at his eyes. Oh. Yeah, beast master. Mm-hmm. All right. So I should have Batman and the money to get a new leg. Bruce Wayne. No, but so not only do we have this rare medical condition that affects 1 in a million people, 400 people in the world diagnosed, now in order to get our medication, we have to establish a good relationship with our current pharmacist and explain to them the situation, tell them what we have, tell them to call our doctor, because I'll ask, why do you need this many? I've gotten, why do you need this many? And I tell them to explain to them, they call a doctor, like, okay, they'll fill it, no problem. Establish a good relationship with them. They see me, hey, I got your medicine, you're good, you're ready, you're set, you're all set. They know I don't abuse it, I don't ask for any more, then they just need it, and then they get transferred. So now, I think we got a whole deal again. Why don't you want to fill my medication? Oh. Yeah, okay. Your insurance denied your Medicare. Okay, so call my insurance. No, you should be fine. You should be able to fill, Okay, so you go back. They said my insurance said it's fine. You can fill my prescription. Okay. Why didn't you want to fill it? Just wondering, why didn't you want to fill my medication? It's no reason. It's because I look Hispanic. One time I think I saw on a holiday that I refilled my medication, so. Aldo. Here, look. Get him. Good boy. So, yeah, they've seen me and they're like, no, we're not going to fill medication. One time I went to 14 pharmacies at one day. 14 pharmacies at one day. No one filled my prescription. And, I had to start breaking my medication in half and quarters and stringing it out, and just feeling like complete crap. And one guy said, I don't have it. But even if I did have it, I wouldn't give this to you. CVS. Walgreens thing. They give me they look at the script, the pharmacist looks at the script, says, no, I don't have this. Then you look at their system. But they look at me and then they see the script and say, no, I don't have this. Almost like disgusted. You don't even look at the system what I have. I don't think it was, if it's there or not. They don't care. And the look that they give you, like, ew, this person, a disgusting person wants this drug. Who takes this? Who prescribes this junkie? That's the look they give you. Meanwhile, you have this unbearable, growing, uncurable tumor in your leg, and you've just driven to 13 other pharmacies, and only to get the worst, most disgusted look, like you're the lowest of the low, of something you have that you had no control over. Walgreens, mostly. CVS, it happens too. For licenses at stake. Well, I have a genuine disease. You can contact my physician. I don't know why you don't annotate it in your system. Just put the diagnosis of what I have, and I'm pretty sure you Google it and you might not even question it when you have to fill my script. You'd probably be waiting for me each time. There's no cure for what I have, and there's really no other way to handle the pain of it. Well, like I said, I haven't really put much gaming material up. I'm going to start putting more up, but I need to just put the voice out there of melorheostosis and what it is, and living with it's like, and the medical situation with the medication, and it sucks. So if you reference melorheostosis and you want to do something towards it or about it, I recommend picking a young person, probably elementary school, middle school, even a child, and if you feel like GoFunding or helping the, like I said, you could do whatever you want. If you're an older woman, older male, I would prefer, like, if somebody donated money to me, I'd probably donate to a child. I don't even have a GoFundMe, so I'm not even asking for money. I just want people to make aware what melorheostosis is. But to me, to give a child, if it's possible, to give a child back their life, to give them a life that I already had. I didn't get it till I was older. I'd rather do that. I wouldn't want it. I already, to run as a child, there's nothing like it. Play the sport as a child. So please be aware. People do have things, that could be wrong with them. That not you don't know much about, and this is one of them. So now you know much about it. Now you know something about it, and now you can look into it if you want to. If you want to, but at least now you're aware of it and took the time out to be aware of it, to be interested in it, and to acknowledge it. And I thank you for your time, for being here to at least acknowledge it and to understand it, and to have an understanding of what a person goes through with it. It'll never go away until some miraculous cure is discovered, and it'll continue to grow and get even more painful. And in some cases, a person will lose the use of the limb that is affected by this rare disease. So with that, I say thank you, and it's time for me to go game or something. So take care. God bless.